It's day 2 of the magical mystery tour. Oops. And I've just kicked the saucepan. Out here it's calm. Misty. Two sailing neighbours. Now it seems very calm here, but I'm hoping there might be some wind on the other side of the headland here. So let's get some gloves on and pull in the anchor. Out with the pin. Anchor chain's going straight down, obviously not much force on it at the moment. So it shouldn't be too hard to reel it in. Yeah, I can see it. Right. Alright. Clear. A quick bit of heart exercise for elderly gentlemen. 7 o'clock in the morning. Just the job, eh? Go on, get over there a minute, will you? Go on, thank you. Oxwich Bay, beautiful place. Calm and peaceful. Fisherman came down this morning at 6 o'clock and went out on one of the boats. So, assuming I'm not going to die from heart failure, I'll start the engine and we'll begin to potter gently out. It's about high tide now, so we should be getting a nice push in the westerly direction. And now we're out of the bay. It's a lot livelier as expected, so that was a wonderful shelter, wasn't it? So let's get some sail going here. I'm doing this the yachty way this morning, which is motoring straight into the wind. It's what they teach you at yachty school. And it is easy. But I often prefer to use a non-motoring approach. How far will it go by hand today? Let's have a look. Should have a jolly shanty, shouldn't I?
When I went down to New York town, a fair maid I did meet. She took me back to see a place, it was on Paris.
That's it, it's up. All we need to do is apply a little bit of luff tension. With the handle. Lock it down. There we are. So half an hour vigorous activity, and we are sailing out Hoxwich Bay over there behind us now. It's a bit of a miserable Welsh day, but we're going our best to windward. The worst thing that's happened this morning is that as we came out of the bay there was some quite big waves, as you don't know if you were watching then, but my teapot fell over, so my second cup of tea isn't there, it's in the bilge. So I'm going to put the kettle on, start again. 15 knots of breeze, apparently there's 15 knots of breeze. Very nice for a full sail whiz. Kettle on. This is a great thing about the ORCA display, which of course I'm using with the ORCA core, which provides most of the information that's on this screen here. It's like a high-tech yachty thing. It shows you wind angle, heading, speed through water, average wind speed, true wind speed, course over the ground. So yeah, this is really rather a sexy thing, and yeah. At the moment I'm tending to use this for the instruments and the open CPN for the charts. Okay, I think, let's have a look. We could be far enough offshore to put in a tack. Let's put in a tack and see where that takes us, shall we? What we don't want to be is on that sandbank over there. Might miss it. Let's do a tack. Now, this is interesting. Tacking with the wind vane is surprisingly simple. Now, basically what you do is you get ready, get everything organised so it's going to go smoothly. Then you just basically tack the wind vane, and then you get on with doing your job. Which way we're going to go? That's right. So it's quite useful, this wind vane, because its base is it's kind of square, isn't it? So when you've got one of the corners pointing dead forwards, you know you've got about 45 degrees of angle to the wind. So I'm just going to wang this through centre and onto 45 degrees the other side. There we are. That's it, and there we are tacking. So let's get with the case here. Job's done. Alright, so we're doing, that's not bad, we're doing something not terribly far from west there. Have a look at the instruments. Heading 271, yes please. That's great. Heading 271, but course over the ground 288. Alright, piff. The great thing about having a small boat is that it's, of course, it's terribly easy to work everything. Jeez. That is now close hauled. I reckon when the sail is touching the spreader, close hauled. I think that's okay now on the genoa, both inside and outside telltales are mostly along the wind. Right, okay. Well, we're heading where we want to go, aren't we? Yes, please. That looks brilliant. Thank you very much. And I'm expecting the tide to start flowing before us pretty soon. Well, here we are, we're bombing along quite nicely on our way from there to here. Almost more precisely from Oxwich Bay towards Dale. We started off with a very much close hauled as close to the wind as we could be, and that gave us quite a big degree of heel, everything tied in tight. And of course that makes also the apparent wind much stronger, but as expected the wind has now been backing away from the southwest, slowly heading down towards the south, which means we've been able to relax our anchor point of sail until we're almost on a beam reach, which is much more comfortable. It's only day 2 of the mystery tour, and I must confess I've been feeling a bit queasy. Yesterday I took a couple of Stoogeron and I was okay, but today I'm like, one minute I'm feeling really hungry and I'm thinking, shall I cook some breakfast? And I'm thinking, actually I just want to hang over the side and, you know. And then I look at the horizon for a few minutes and it's fine again. So it's quite a bit borderline really. I think I'm actually not going to do any cooking right now. I might eat a biscuit, and as long as I have a sit outside and look at the horizon, or another good tactic is shutting your eyes, I think, or lying down. It's a bit busy here for lying down, so I'm going to stay on the job. It's not too bad. I've put a little route into my ORCA here. Let's have a look at it, shall we? Can you see it now? The great anti-reflective ORCA display is not that fabulous, is it? But basically I'm heading in towards Dale, but there's a firing range just here. I touched it, look. And if I get too close to the firing range, then they will shout at me on the radio, and a guy in a boat comes whizzing out and he says, "Excuse me sir, would you mind, going south, we're firing today." Well, I know they're firing today because I've heard the booms, so I'm staying out here until I get past this buoy marking the south of a shoal there, and I know that marks a kind of border they'd like you to stay clear of, so I'm not expecting any trouble from them. I did see the patrol boat about 20 minutes ago, passed by about 1.5 miles north of me. Didn't stop to say hello, so I presume he's quite happy with what I'm doing. Will we get to Dale on this tide? I think we might just. If the wind keeps blowing, I think there's a pretty good chance. Well, after a fantastic run all the way down the Bristol Channel, I've just failed to get into Milford Haven before the tide turned. Well, I failed by about 5 miles, 6 miles really. So now the tide has turned against me. Hooray! Now making about 2 knots, vaguely in the right direction, as distinct from 7 or 8 knots earlier on. So any thoughts of going out to the pub for dinner this evening are kind of fading pretty fast. It's also got really foggy. I'll show you over here. It's not that the camera is all steamed up. We're about, I don't know what, 2 miles offshore. Can't see a thing. Don't know. So I'm going to continue on the beam reach here as fast as I can. Nothing but mist and fog in all directions. It's not too bad, I mean visibility is about half a mile, and I hope my AIS is transponding all right. I don't see any.
How's my range, Smiley?
I don't see any targets on the screen, so either it's not working or there's no one about. Okay. My ETA at the moment is ranging between 6:30 and 10:30. God. It won't be as late as 10:30 because the tide will turn back in my favour at about 8 o'clock. But in the meantime, it's struggling. Well, over here is the entrance to Milford Haven. Isn't that marvellous? And I can see the first starboard buoy over there too. I had a brilliant idea, you see. I thought, I know, I'll start the engine. I don't trust it actually. Nasty mechanical things always going wrong. At least with the sail rips at sea, with a bit of effort you can stitch it back together. The motor throws a rod in the middle of the sea, that's it, isn't it? So anyway, I'm running the engine. Been a bit unhappy with it recently. It seems to have absolutely no compression. I was just turning it over by hand to check the tapping clearances the other day, and I could not detect any compression at all. It just turned over and over. So I'm a bit worried about that. It looks as if I'm going to have to do a little video on stripping the cylinder head off a Yanmar single cylinder diesel. Never mind, that's not for today. Let's get in, if we can, reliably to Milford Haven. On a very misty, foggy afternoon, with quite a tide setting across the entrance. I'm steering about 15 degrees to the left of where I actually want to go. So yeah. Anyway, we're heading in.
Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance the polka, yes away. Santi, my dear Annie. Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance the polka?
It's always nice to have a bit of dolphin company.